they want, a competitive affair, the Danes. Starting on this defense, MOUZ on the attack and the TeSeS discussing all the particulars in between, but as we get out the gates here, JDC to set them up out mid. They're not smoked through, and they might want to press the issue towards red. This could be an A-split territory here. They've got a couple of flashes at the ready, and as they make their way noisily towards the red house, Yabi, Shush, they're going to be hearing this.
Oh, it's good. It's a real nice A-Rab. Let's see how they handle this. Interesting counter util. Won't achieve much. Exertion might overlook it. Great position from cadiaN. He takes the first frag. JDC keeps us level, and Yabi spots Torji towards the elbow.
Oh. JDC is actually going to be planning for
yeah,
CT
they're pushing this. Torji, he was trying to isolate. Yabi has no idea that Shush is here, and a double. They get 2.5.
It's not planning for Dexter. Round over.
Just like that, on the defuse, a 10-second defuse.
Maybe not.
Maybe he's down. Doesn't bodyguard him, he's exposed. Forced off the bomb. Dexter holding on for a second longer. But it's all good in the heroic hood. Recovered, and again, it's worth highlighting. Nearly every member of Heroic contributing. cadiaN, a great start. Double from Shush as well. We saw those Julies farming.
Yeah, it has to be those Julies is the difference maker for this round. They were so drawn into donut by one player, not clearing their corners. And MOUZ, well, they're looking for an awful lot. Dexter tries as he might through that little slither gap, but this is it. The Shush double, not even looking his way. Able to deal with both of those kills, no dramas. And yeah, well, the CT plant, sure, but Dexter, just that tiny gap to deal with, and as soon as his position's noted, look at them, like a moth to a flame. Everybody comes running over for the Danes.
I like the MOUZ pistol approach, though. You know, it's becoming very vogue on that T-pistol, wrapping into A through CT. Well, they've got Galils, and they've got aggression. Oh, they line up for TeSeS, and he gets a frag, gets away. Taking down Exertion is a good scout. A big name, a high flyer. Down playing with fire as he jiggles out both sides. You're playing a dangerous game, young man. Jiggle smoke defense ramp. Re-clearing middle as well in the process. And TeSeS will get that smoke down.
You need to have chain flashes ready in that type of environment with util landing as well if you want to try and charge for a smoke like that, but there's still plenty of time. So baiting out this utility is key. Stown has one more smoke. They can use that either for cave or the top of the ramp yet again, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be cave. Yabi's been spotted and cut out towards middle from JDC. Ramp re-smoke now. That's going to force the hand of MOUZ here.
They've got the bodies where they need them. TeSeS a close quarters angle as well. Despite the low HP, perhaps he can find a second frag here. He's juggled the weapon across. And yeah, lands damage. Contributing. Torji and Frozen limping. Heroic. They've got 30 seconds to keep this site safe. cadiaN, next contact, smoked off, Stown as well. Good for the bomb carrier, takes down Dexter, forces the bomb loose, and really limited now in health and hope. Seems like MOUZ gonna get nothing done. JDC and Frozen, just Frozen. JDC on the shelf, sent back to spawn. Frozen, yeah.
Is he really trying to save?
It's unusual.
He might go down after time here, Alex.
There's a very high likelihood he does.
Oh dear.
He's going to be left with 300 bucks if they were to push.
He's fortunate it's Shush there. If it was someone else, they would have been pushing him here, but the fact it's Shush, yeah, he's just going to contain right there. So Frozen does get to maintain this Galil in his hands, but sure, the rest of his team are going to have to be on an eco here anyway. So the one Galil, it all turns to Frozen of how they could set him up. It's not even an AK, so we're not even talking one bullet to the dome here. This is quite difficult for MOUZ now, and when they move into the first gun round, Frozen either is going to need to get dropped a gun or operate with something less than an AK. So those ramifications are going to be felt early in the finances as Heroic fast down mid. Exertion's warning shot on the Deagle, not enough to stall out cadiaN and Yabi's investigation. It's down as well, joining the party here, and B lane / mid completely under their control. It's the extremities that are the danger zones, and that nade.
Whoa. Down. Needs a response. He's eaten the flashbang. It was a team flash as well.
How's that happened?
Yikes.
How has that happened?
Dream start. Torji's Deeg has already got one. Frozen builds upon it. This smoke from cadiaN might delay and allow a reposition, but...
Might want to get the bomb out of B lane as well. It doesn't have to be there.
Oh, they're going in then. There's nobody home.
How deep can they get? That's the question.
This is a nice little round coming and taking shape here. cadiaN, oh, did he spot anything? I don't know if he did. He was looking at Temple. On his peripheral vision, he may have had
this is the thing, though. If you're MOUZ, you got to worry about Donut, you have to worry about Temple, you have to worry about CT spawn. So they're clearing out one of the key areas of the map here. But as this is happening, this rotation from Dexter and Frozen is taking forever. Sjuush and TeSeS have got all the information. The B is starting to look clear, and that puts cadiaN on high alert.
Really interesting round in the way it's played out. T-Smoke arrives. Sjuush is now going to be quite hot on pursuit. Towards this A crunch. Bomb to be planted. Frozen profits, great find. That should seal the deal in this one, unless TeSeS and Sjuush can piece together something ridiculous. It's shaping up. TeSeS low though, and Exertion's D seems destined for the finish. On to the Dane. Oh, didn't pull the trigger. Maybe there's more to be said here as JDC is getting pressured and Sjuush catches Exertion. Heroic! Heroic indeed! 2v4 MOUZ fumble.
That felt like it should have been way too easy to get across the line there, but MOUZ just committing to the fights. The lack of armor, the Deagles hoping to be able to hit those one bangs, and that's not the case whatsoever. So they profited an awful lot from that save. Galil, they get the bomb down again, and yeah, Frozen can get that buy coming through. Just see Spider-Man here. Means the world must be safe right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, they got a lot out of this round, did MOUZ, considering the investment, so good stuff. Not a round they should have been winning, but a round they definitely could have, and cadiaN, he's happy about that one. We could be fast out mid here. Exertion looking to test the issue with the Extinguish. Flushing himself forward, jumping out. He's going to be given the good graces from Yabby, who cannot do anything with that top red smoke, and this is something that Exertion does well. Once he starts to get a bit of control across the map here, it's type of pressure. It's his decision-making that can change the round in favor of MOUZ.
Weird CT smoke to be trifling with. And Sjuush, a very forward position here. He's going to be tested. Bait, dink, dead. Lovely find from JDC. Opens up the account for MOUZ to post their first early. Ready for more. Friction is Exertion. And Yabby, next victim. Brilliant work with the Kalashnikov, and that seems like it's all fallen apart for Heroic's defense. cadiaN goes looking,
beautiful.
And he gets a bullet between the eyes.
What a round from Exertion here. And we just spoke about it. You get him that pace, that space. He's going to control the round. And he's done exactly that. 3 players had to worry about that red rotation point, and that's all thanks to Exertion. They set him up, and he will deliver in a big way. And now it's just TeSeS hoping for a save, hoping for something. Not a lot of money for Heroic after how the last round went down. He's under a lot of pressure here. JDC close. He is completely surrounded. There is absolutely no way out for TeSeS here. Even if he puts up a fight here, they can't. He gets a fright, and that's going to be it. MOUZ, they get on the board early, and we might start to get this tussle now. It needs to be a back-and-forth nature, not this streaky game of Counter-Strike where one team just mauling, dominating the other. Both of them want it. I'm sure Heroic would love to get themselves into another grand final. Been plenty of those appearances in the last 7 or 8 months or so.
And look at what Exertion does with all of this space. You know, that's the thing about Stars. They need a lot of space, and he really profits in this one. His first 3, coming in hot from the 18-year-old, Dorian Berman of Israel. Off for a charge again.
Yeah, and again, this space immediately. This has to be respected. Now, this time round, it is going to be against lighter investment. There is a cadiaN AWP that is unknown and currently on a boost, so we won't see this one activating, as it is a triple boost they're going for. We've seen this one with Liquid before. Gives them a nice little angle here through the doors, and look how passive Frozen is. If he was playing one of the standard positions for watching that push, he might have been in a bit of hot water. But that hot water is just right for MOUZ as they're able to get themselves into A without too many dramas. In through the donut, util now on point. Exertion slightly worried about any frisky business. And him and Torji together will deal with Sjuush. I'm sure Stown and cadiaN would just be hoping to hold on to what they have here. Yabby might get sold down the river, and another round for MOUZ. So this is a good exchange in the early stages of map number 3.
Yabby goes down as well. Thought he might be able to hit something, retrieve something more beneficial for this, well, currently 3-man save.
Well, let's check in with the crowd again, shall we? Who here is waiting to see FaZe? The amount of FaZe jerseys we saw yesterday when we were leaving the venue. We saw you. More than a couple out there. Lots of FaZe fans. I'm sure plenty of people wanted to support Twist and his boys. They do have to deal with ENCE though, and maybe you missed that group stage game. ENCE got the better of them.
Damn, we got an Ents fan, hardcore Ents fan.
Damn.
Yeah, the Kraken ripping apart the FaZe.
Bit of arts and crafts right there.
There's a lot of very talented people in the crowd, that's for sure. And we've got some talented people on the stage as well. MOUZ 2, broken Heroic's force, and it looks like they're going to respond in kind to the string of 3 Heroic started with.
Yeah, they still have to get past this cadiaN purchase though, and I'm not sure they're even aware how much this is in play right now. Out quickly, Dexter springing to life here, and this is full mid control. Very fast XNK fight from an unexpected angle, and the nade might be good.
Yeah, I mean, one and done.
We got to go be fast here.
They have to. Rotates on its way. Reinforcements looking to make beeline it to the B site. TeSeS, he's feeling himself right now. JDC won, but cadiaN Zorp in the feed. Maybe he can catch that other one. He has. Getting run at. Dexter wants him. Frozen connects. And the potency wanes. What's Yabi supposed to do? No Kevlar. He cannot, under any circumstance, be hit by the first bullet. He has to be the one to bring the fight. And fight he shall. Yabi, fouled by Dexter. Big one from the leader, and we are all tied up, Shibari style.
Now this is where it gets real interesting for Heroic. We know they've constantly been doing these purchases, even when they don't have all the cash. They might want to take a timeout here just to have that conversation, because cadiaN only has 3.9, and well, just like the doctor ordered, bang on, exist. He will call this timeout to discuss the finances and what the buy into this next round of play will be looking like. They can have a couple of funky investments here if they want to upgrade, maybe a scout. I'm sure you can get some SMGs, but if you want to go all in, it's going to limit your options of openings available and where you can block on this CT side. They will not have enough money for full buys across the board. If they take a partial here, they might be giving the 4th over to MOUZ, but it means in that follow-up, round number 8, they'll be able to get out all the goodies. So what's more valuable to Heroic? Trying to stop them now before they get the lead, or a better buy? And well, in classic Heroic fashion, it is being confirmed that they are going to go all in with the silenced M4s here. A cheaper purchase gives them a bit more flexibility, and even Yabi opting for a bloody FAMAS. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite them, because MOUZ grab this, we're going to be talking about a 5-3 scoreline along with this tied game.
Damn, yeah, and already starting with what? 1 incendiary to boast after the mid deployment. And Exertion looking to go on this. Nade looks destined for some damage.
Saw the one way.
He's worked it out, sees that smoke, it comes in, swinging. Yabi in trouble. Hanging on by a thread. He sticks around, he should be dead, but still gets him. And Stown contributing. Huge amount of recovery from Heroic here. They have the man advantage only by a moment, by a nat swing. And Stown, he knows he's got to turn it on. Defend this site. Frozen, wow, down to TeSeS.
Yeah.
Good forward positioning from him. Frozen's going to be miffed about that one.
Oh, you said Dexter as well. The team's just falling apart here. They're just getting swung on, right? They're meant to hold for these types of pushes. That's exactly what you want to have in the conversation when you're dealing with a Heroic. You know the fight's going to be coming. But a few too many of his boys offering themselves up there as Dexter left with it all to do. Damage is all he can get, and TeSeS grabs another. Continuing some of that good form, TeSeS with 8 kills. Map number 1, he was missing, but maps 2 and 3, he's here to play. And that purchase for Heroic, that decision that we were left with, a lighter buy without the util, or save and try and get something a whole lot more delectable in the next. And this was even with Exertion completely understanding.
Can't believe Yabi won this.
We haven't seen this top mid. It's because he's not expecting a player to be so stubborn and stay in the smoke. And I think Yabi knew that he had to commit to get something back. But we've seen that play so many times. We've covered Ancient about 3 or 4 times so far throughout IEM Dallas. And every time it gets rumbled by the TeSeS.
Not this time, not on Yabi's watch. They're going for some aggression. Roll in the flames still. Exertion contributes. And Dexter, audible. And tagged up.
But they can be into A. Look at the gap here. They've been able to identify, thread the needle. Frozen's in, taking space. Yabi towards Donut. Util can be deployed right now. MOUZ can get in.
Really good awareness from MOUZ. Can they find the frag to really seal the deal? Yes, they can. And JDC. He's got Donut on lock. I imagine it's not in Heroic's interest.
More of this, isn't it? Got a stop-start game of Counter-Strike we've had here. Either the rounds are so dominant that they're just over, or teams are just left in positions where they have to save. We'll draw things back to a 4-4 scoreline, so not being able to extend that lead are the Danes. And the cool thing with this is, at the moment in the first half, and probably if it stays neck and neck and we simmer into the second and it's still more back and forth, At the point we get to about 12-12 or something along those lines, the game, it changes. It goes up a gear. People have to start playing for rounds. The clutches come in. There's a whole different dynamic available.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, at least we've got a real tit-for-tat affair as it stands, 4-4. And as we find ourselves in the third, I'm going to dip my toe in the water once more. Let me hear you, Dallas, if you're cheering for Heroic. Okay. And what about that underdog story, that under-MOUZ story?
You think that's 50-50?
I think 60-40.
All right.
A generous 60-40.
60-40, all right, we'll meet you there. Maybe we can convert a couple more MOUZ fans if this underdog story can kick off. Mid being fined for one more time. Exertion without responsibility, has some support. Looking for the extinguish again. Oh, the fight towards B. TeSeS is really just activated and cannot be stopped. This guy always looking for fights now.
I mean, it's a really nice upswing and contrast from the first map. The fact he's been able to recover it, shake it off.
He's 3-0 in opening exchanges.
Yeah, dude, Taylor Swift would be proud. And shush, this is audacious.
But well-timed.
I mean, truly well-timed. His judgment's right. He's just got cadiaN to count upon on the site. And the speed of which he's found this position could lead to a disaster for the MOUZ attack.
This is perfect.
Look at this. Oh, from behind. Down will strike from the elevated angle. Bomb in heads. And Shush will do the rest. Destroyed. Like categorically owned.
That was one of the issues as Exertion. He wants to see if he can kick back with anything, but it's likely to step into this orb, and cadiaN will deliver, but that was one of the issues on Overpass, right? When we saw them trying to default towards A, and they weren't ready for the pushes of cadiaN, he came in behind them. TeSeS with the AK, the double one-tap, bang, bang. And might need a gear shift for MOUZ here, who are taking a timeout of their own. Syker and the coach could get on the mic here, confer with Dexter. They get enough money for a buy. Heroic are going to know that, especially with how the rounds have played on out. Rush B. I feel that for MOUZ in this situation, they need to be accounting for the pushes. TeSeS push straight down long, beat frozen. Shush activates, starts taking. Oh, we see you, White Howdy. Oh, some of your favorites, Alex.
Delicious. No straw. No need. Good form.
They're obviously thirsty boys. It is hot outside.
And hydration's important.
Yeah, get the water in, yep.
I've seen this before. Groundhog Day for Exertion and his mid-campaign. Walking around. Concerned about boosts even. You can see his crosshair placement.
Remember what happened last time he got this much space? He was able to control the mid-rotations perfectly, so they've been able to park Exertion exactly where they want him on the MOUZ side and early on in the round. And if they want to come back and fight for it together, cadiaN needs more than just one. They're going to sandwich you. They're going to fight Red and Donut simultaneously, literally just to deal with Exertion. This is geeky.
He is in so much trouble. Can he fight his way out? Taking a first fight. It's TeSeS again. Continues to impress. Oh, Dexter nearly goes down on that one. They aggress from Donut. JDC tries to leap to take the space, and he's gone wide. Yabi, good for it. Some damage inflicted, but this is high-octane Counter-Strike now.
That's crazy. That's exactly what Yanko is pointing out. You know, a team like Heroic going to mess with your mid-round timings, and the fact that they draw at least 4 players just to deal with Exertion's Red House push, and then still can reset into the round. And cadiaN's starting to look for a little bit more. Right now, MOUZ scratching their head in these last 2. They haven't had any avenues to success here. Someone needs to provide a way in.
Wow, cadiaN aggressing with an advantage like this. He wants info, sure, but he might get caught out by the aggressor. Unlikely now. That's not going to be checked, is it? Torji pulling the pin, and SpaghettiOs, a messy one from cadiaN.
He's holding the bomb at the door. The bomb is at the door.
He's won the round. They have to come back and get him out. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do now, Torji? They've got 5 of them. They're surely going to punish him, try and kill him off the time, and yeah, TeSeS will take it early.
He's not happy with the missed shot, is he?
He's had a weird game, Casper.
If anything, he made the round a little bit easier. They had to come back through cave to fight him and go into a 180-degree crossfire here.
Yeah.
This is how it all started, and brilliant stuff. A brilliant call, whoever made it. Hey, let's give Exertion top mid and then go fight him together. And knowing that he gets left to his own devices once he gets that control, no support, and there's the missed shot that cadiaN was a little bit disappointed with.
Round-winning miss, actually.
Secured all the information and exactly what he was looking for. But the thing is, for Exertion, this is part of the default, so they're putting a lot of faith in him to take that space and do something with it. But the issue is, Heroic know exactly that, and they're, while allowing him to have the room, going to deal with him knowing the rest of MOUZ aren't going to activate. And that's where somebody else on this MOUZ roster needs to take a risk. We saw JDC try it to Noah Val running out A straight in towards 2 donut players. So it wasn't like they didn't have a correct, well, they didn't have a move. There was a move, it just wasn't the correct one.
Precisely.
Oh, this should be 7. Look at the buy. Just 2P 250s. $600 worth of investment here. Let's try and milk out this util. It's not like Heroic have built a massive bank. They have enough for a residual buy on almost all of their players here. So this one is just about keeping the casualties on the low end if you're the Danes and making sure they don't get that bomb down. Obviously, that's all reversed if you're a MOUZ fan.
I'll let the crowd do the commentary for this one.
All right.
My mistake.
No, this is about what a full eco's worth.
Yeah, exactly.
If we had Rush on the mic, we'd let him do it. All right, decent damage, couple of kills. Not the worst in the world considering the investment from MOUZ there, so now it's about getting back into the guns. Oh, Frozen has the AWP at the moment. He's throwing that one over. They're juggling it to Torji. Well, maybe there was a spawn coming into play, but just making sure they get it in the primary AWP player's hands.
Nice replay.
Yeah, very cinematic.
Yeah. Felt like I was watching a movie.
Okay, what's the difference here, MOUZ? You can't just keep relying on Exertion to get red control. They're playing heavier mid now, Heroic. Really going to stall him out, want to take this fight. Classic Molly, standard flashes and swinging across towards that Tetris box. The deep smoke will land and so much more pressure. Frozen, he's now on high alert. And Yabby, see you later.
Yeah, 2 bullets.
Woo! Oh, the flash.
It saved them.
Just.
Yeah, but still, catastrophe in middle for Stown. They've lost middle completely now, and they have vacated the premises. They are all in rotation, floating back. Shush to dig deep into the A site, and it seems that's where MOUZ are going. TeSeS, he's been having a good game as he continues. Racks up the frags, overlooked, as Shush will build into the round as well. The bomb now on the floor, Dexter gets one back. But you have to get through Shush. Molly coming, forces him wide. Dexter finds a safe haven, and Torji racks up another for the 5th. The shadow there, the headshot too. MOUZ 5, a double from Dexter, and just a 2-round game now.
Yeah, good stuff to stay calm there from Dexter. Right, the Molly's coming, he's under pressure, knows where the players are, not getting stuck in with the fight, keeps it calm, and converts the frag. As we mentioned,
see that again.
they needed an opener, and it wasn't Exertion. It was a huge shot from Frozen. That is mental, how big that is in the context of the round.
We so often see that shot just narrowly be missed, whether it's not spotted or obviously the luxury of X-ray, but Frozen, he's got those X-ray eyes, X-ray specs, and Shush, woof, disrespect through the smoke to the skull. Exertion, watching from the sidelines.
Well, Dexter needs to play some tricky games here. He needs to disrespect one of these two, and this is the wrong call.
Torji's just taken down cadiaN, so Shush has got a lot on his plate here. And Torji, another! That should access the A side. On lock now. Yabby, what are you up to? Trying to find somewhere to throw his nades. Burnt to a crisp. Or a chip. Now, TeSeS and Stown, maybe they could ask some questions up this round, but Torji, he's throwing caution to the wind. Charges round, pushes into the flank onto TeSeS. And now Stown with a 1v3 demanded of him. Molly main, so he doesn't have to worry about that swing. Torji doesn't need to do anything. It's Frozen securing it, and between the two of them, they find all 5.
A good bit of flair from Torji there. It's someone whose name we haven't been saying an awful lot in this series, but someone who was a massive factor into their win against Astralis. He was instrumental to them even getting to this semi-final stage. Torji showing up in a big way, and a nice round for him considering they've given up this opening death, and I said it was Dexter who needs to take a risk. Well, it's Torji who needs to hit a couple of bangers here, and the fact he's got the flair to keep on pushing for the 3rd, you love to see it. If Europa can find himself at this stage of the game, there's a lot of work you can do and tying things up to a 7-7 scoreline for MOUZ now.
This is more than respectable. This is threatening.
This is on the docket, isn't it? It's 7, almost confirmed. Look at the purchase. There's nothing there for Heroic. That was a dink through the corner of the wall. Don't let the sound be too misleading, as the mop and bucket is out and cleaning house. TeSeS here to deal with on the site. Torji.
What?
Adjusts.
Why did that look so mechanical?
Right, well,
straight to the dome.
Yeah, let that bomb go down. Let's get this to 7-7 and get into the final round of this first half as Frozen taps another one home. And Heroic, they're up against the ropes here on that third map. I'm not saying by any means they're out of contention for this, but they're being pushed. They're being pressured by a team in the group stage who they beat 2-0. Remember, Vertigo start. It was a great showing from Dexter and co. We drop back into Overpass. The Danes show up. TeSeS bounces back. And they push us all the way the distance here. There's a grand final on the line, and I'm sure Heroic would love to make their way into yet another.
Lovely little hang time.
Yeah, and I'm sure MOUZ would love to get themselves with this roster into their very first grand final.
Most definitely. This roster of 5 looking to get to uncharted waters, place they've never been before. And Torji in form. Crucial component if MOUZ want to see a grand final.
Of course, you can't jump again if you're down. Yeah. Surely not.
Oh, well, there's Flash that will at least bait the shot or spot it out and heard. And already you can see this very active defense. Heroic rejigging the setup.
Yeah, constantly. Just living organism are Heroic.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yikes.
Yeah, a couple of little flubs there. I'm not sure how much Frozen heard.
Still very hard for him to win this duel.
Oh, he heard it. He
heard it. Wow! Frozen. He is heating up when they need him most.
The bomb is still so far back here, so there's no end commitment for MOUZ. Felt that last round where they ran into A, sure they won it, but it felt a little bit flustered.
He could overlook this now. Oh.
Yeah, especially now.
Wow. It's weird.
It doesn't have to be the commit. There's still 40 seconds left. They can change tune.
Lurk Smoke does nothing with Shush's position. cadiaN can't help, though.
No, it has to be committed now. Frozen's here.
And Frozen's already been hitting some shots, but they're overlooking the boost and Shush laughing at him. Heroic leave with the lead, but it's the smallest margins. Everything up for debate in this final half. We will us live from Dallas.
Good evening, fellow gamers and worldly citizens. For far too long has the strategery of this nation led to the working man to suffrage. Heck, don't mess with Texas. Anyway, the system is catered to those at the top and left a whole lot of nothing for those at the bottoms. That's right. Access to essential services as the Counter-Strike 2 beta shouldn't only be for the famed, the privileged, those with the blue check mark, and those that are handsomely wealthy. It should be a human right, and a right is one that is afforded to all. As president, I will guarantee CS2 access one and for all.
I will personally ensure the funding of a global competitive matchmaking ladder on 256 sub-tick servers worldwide. And trust me, the world is wide. I know, I've seen the whole thing. It's a tremendous place, tremendous, and they want this. They all want this.
Sir, we cannot make these types of guarantees.
It's kind of like how we still print money, but no one seems to stop us doing that. No working man or woman should have to game on 56 ping, not in deathmatch, not in surf servers, not even in the fields of danger zone, should latency become that decider. I will personally lay the wire from Portland to Philadelphia to ensure every man or woman in this nation can play on a clean kitchen table connection. End of quote, repeat the line. Can play on a clean, stable connection.
And by God, any griefing, spin-botting, wall hacking, or aim-botting player out there, I say this, I will personally find you, and I will eliminate you. And trust me, because I know me, okay?
The President needs a lie-down. Conference postponed until further notice.
One final half of Counter-Strike to determine our first finalists. Will it really be the first for MOUZ as this roster of 5, or will Heroic manage to overcome what's been a peculiar day of Counter-Strike for them? It's been up, it's been down, it's been unique.
Yeah, not the classic cadiaN in the clutches, but this game... Is that a How's That lookalike?
Cosplay?
I didn't think you could get into the country. Well, apparently, someone doing their best impression.
Someone doing an impression of a Norwegian doing an impression of an American.
Oh, we've really hit that Inception level.
Meta on meta. Crowd's happy to be here and hoping to see a competitive first round. Look at what's coming towards.
Oh no.
Shush was responsible. Instead, Torji opens up the account, and he once more, it's Exertion bringing and putting Pain down range. And a clean pistol for the CTs, nearly the team ace. Torji catches one back. What's Down supposed to do with this? A USP, great. And a nice bit of damage, but Exertion's not interested in any of that clutching.
We're all tied up, 8-8 right now, and MOUZ with the real opportunity to put themselves in the lead here within this second half. What a great gun that was. The push down the ramp, perfectly timed. The release of that smoke comes through. They push at that perfect little timer here. You see it swing into action. Torji removes the first, and the one off action was Dexter. He was making sure they couldn't cascade out of the cave and start to flank that ramp position. So easy as you like in MOUZ. Keeping calm about things as Heroic are the ones force buying into a couple of rifles. They've got Tech-9s aplenty, some Deagles. They're up against these M4s and the FAM-I. Yeah, he's got the cave control, and again, the same type of play.
Yeah, and it might work the same way. Catching him out, messy spray.
Oh dear.
Down, 2 in the feed, and Torji's got so much to do.
Yabi's coming.
Yeah, but nice incendiary. Maybe he can focus on Yabi, but no, TeSeS catches him and pushes through the flames regardless.
What a miserable round to lose right here for MOUZ.
Short-lived celebrations, huh?
Well, none at all. This one is going to hurt. JDC and Frozen having to ask a lot of questions. Do we even bother going for a round like this? And as JDC makes a bit of a fumble foot fault, Heroic are just lying in wait, hoping that they continue to overstep the mark. I think it has to be everybody's favorite 4-letter word.
Yeah, but I mean, straight off of a near-perfect pistol and immediately condemned to save in the second, that's going to feel, or incite a little bit of confidence boost for the Heroic squad.
But this is what we were looking for, right? This is exactly what we were hoping for, a close affair. Now the game could start to tighten up a little bit, some more risks are going to be taken, not so many saves, more clutch attempts are going to have to come through. And the bigger question is, are MOUZ going to continue in the Force Buy wars? With the saved M4 and the FAMAS, I'm sure they would love to get a little bit more of an arsenal around it. All right, I like that. Something a little bit different, outside the box.
Yeah, innovative.
Yeah.
Takes balls as well to try and start it.
You need the crowd to get involved.
Yeah. A lot of trust involved. 9-8.
All right, and then with the round back for Heroic, you start thinking, is this going to be their 5th grand final appearance since, well, the IEM Rio Major last year? Fell to outsiders, didn't lift that trophy. Absolute heartbreak. Move on to home soil in Copenhagen for Blast. They lift the title this year. Katowice, another best of 5. They dropped the ball to G2. And then Rio, in most recent history, well, they lose to Vitality, the team that then was energized to go on forward and pick up the trophy in Paris.
Yeah, I think they're sick of silver, Chad. Heroic. One taste of victory, sure, and on home soil even the better, but now finding themselves a long way from home. Can MOUZ do anything in this one? They've spent all their pennies, they pushed all the chips to the center of the table into R18. JDC catching flat, good nade in, exertion, what? Double on the Julie, sets up for success, and it's a double right back from JDC. 4 kills from 2 of them. Leaves it all on to TeSeS, and he gets nothing done. Okay, looks like the Force Buy Wars are fully on.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Heroic now, off the back of their previous round win, can get out 3 AK-47s and 2 pistols with upgrades. So, look, we're going to forego any of the ecos, and we'll just get straight into some of this nitty-gritty, dirty Counter-Strike here, and dirty was exertion. A double on the Julies on a Force Buy, all right.
Phil.
We see ya.
You bang on, Chad, 3 AK-47s, it's certainly potent. It's going to come down to some of the opening moves and decisions made by these individuals.
cadiaN just wants to search for a fight. He wants to see if he can isolate JDC. It's going to be pretty heavy mid defense. You know, most teams are a lighter or an A, but JDC starting over here, ready to defend his honor. And also just footsteps being made, right? If you're noisy in A main, it can be heard from Donut. It might just force to rejig some of the defense right here, but we can see quite static in their approach our MOUZ right now. No need to be moving all over the shop. There's been no indication anywhere of where Heroic might want to have a little bit of a looky-loo. Regrouping now towards middle, trying to give these AKs some fights at range. And the redeploy of the mid-smoke, well timed. It's difficult to brave this now. Maybe you want to set up a boost, and yeah, they will. So it's down to retain some vision, making sure B lane is not under the control of the CTs just yet. But Heroic are in a bit of a black box. They don't have a lot of info.
We'll see if, when Torji takes contact, if there is going to be... Oh, he actually didn't get any information on that. Might have to jump for something now, yeah. Util, oh, the flash is well timed.
They're pushing him.
They're charging at him. So good, so blind, covered by exertion. TeSeS goes wide, Torji returns with one. Down though. Intimidating, frozen. Shut down. This is a big duel here for JDC. If he could just find TeSeS, no armor and no hope, it comes to cadiaN to come up clutch, and his knife is out. Another clutch goes and slips by the wayside for Casper.
And that's going to feel great for Dexter, making sure that cadiaN doesn't get away with his tricks. You know, this is the team, we call them the fakey boys for a reason, always able to find that gap, keep you running around, chasing your tail. All right there, Dexter. He's able to read this one, just stands put, allows this MP9 to do its best work. Some great shooting from Stown to make it interesting. But exertion covering Torji is key, because Torji was so white, the screen, he couldn't see anything, got run down. And Heroic now back into another one of these purchases. They're so stubborn with this.
They really are not happy with the lay of the land. And we've seen this one before. Requires a bit of teamwork to line these all up on one place.
It depends on how JDC is going to be able to respond to this. He doesn't have a molly. You can see that's already burnt away here. It is going to have to be a smoke. Torji might be able to get away with something a little bit crazy here. The Util's coming over, and if he takes a risk, he can have a great timing on this.
Love this from Torji.
Like
he knows what's up.
Hello.
TeSeS caught out, and Heroic known, charging in. Oh, JDC does a lot of damage, and it's all done. cadiaN dead, frozen spray, and that's falling apart for Heroic.
Oh dear, now you start to wonder, is this starting to fall through the fingers of the Danes? Some really audacious types of purchases. We highlighted whether it was worth it or not in previous maps, and this time round, now they're staring down the barrel of what is going to be a MOUZ 12th. They cannot buy right now. The loss bonus going into the next round going to be that 2,900. So they will have to sit back on their hands and watch as MOUZ continue to climb closer to that magic number of 16, closer to that grand final where these 5, as a team, have never been before. And they have been under a lot of scrutiny in recent times, MOUZ. There's calls for roster changes of the team, rumors about players getting chopped, getting changed, some returns of old names. It's all up in the air, and so is this match.
Can they keep this one clean? Dexter can, and Torji too. Look at them go, easy as that. Good to see some extra cash as well.
And good to see the MOUZ players looking like themselves. One of the questions with this team is a lack of identity. You're so default heavy. Players need identities, they need moves, they need signatures, things that they can go for, plays that they can make. You need that flary AWPer, not always, but when the time calls for it. You need that in-game leader who can step up and get the job done. You need those flashy riflers to find you the openers. And right now, here today, you've had almost all of that come together. But is it enough? Is it enough as Exist takes the second timeout for Heroic here? We will get back into those guns. But this now is them down 12-9, a 3-round difference.
Four rounds away from MOUZ, and these 5 human beings being in completely new territory, a grand final, and taking down a team that can't stop getting there. It's lifting the trophy that's been more of a problem for them, but Heroic could be cut down in the semis here.
Yep, well, can they be inspired by cadiaN here? Only 9 kills to his name. He either gets it done by fragging or by plays, but he might need to call them into something here at the top of this boost. Still has vision.
Oh, JDC overlooking the potential for a boost, and they get away clean.
Yeah, Pubmaster style there, and you need that from cadiaN. Just as we highlight his name, gets himself up to 10 kills. The leader, the talisman, the man who's been having a phenomenal tournament, needs to turn up now.
Ooh, that's a very wide open bomb site. Sure, Exertion calling it clear, but little does he know. Oh, he's missed the window. Molly might keep them at bay or accelerate them forward. The bomb will go down. This is an interesting state of affairs. The bomb's down B, but Dexter's got 2 of the attackers trapped. How does this go down now? A 5 versus 4, disadvantaged already. Do MOUZ go for more or just put the feelers out?
They're looking for a way out the door here. Like, there's no movement from Frozen and Torji. They're both starting to investigate elsewhere. Maybe an escape path here for the likes of Exertion and Dexter, who are in very close to the bomb radius. I guess damage, that's on the docket here as these footsteps are made. Dexter steps into one, knows about the second. Exertion gets the trade. They're just looking to take these rifles away. Hurt the finances of Heroic.
Good flash. Sets up for the conversion onto Exertion.
All right, well, they get away with 3 players staying alive here. But this all started with the cadiaN opening on the boost towards middle. So around back, the double digits have been reached now. There's still plenty of money for a MOUZ buy. They've been going great guns so far in this second half. That's only the second round for Heroic, both in spotty fashion. Consecutive going to be required here as we head down the home stretch. What up now, Swedes? Fast A. A fast A, a change. This doesn't have to be a full commit. Here you go, they're going to bait out you 2, they're going to force a rotation. So many bodies, so many eyes worrying about this A site. Look at all those nades. So many smokes on the site. 1, 2, 3, 4 over towards A. Molly's a galore.
This is why we call them the fakey boys.
They don't have any room. Torji and Exertion have made sure of that.
And they've made sure they have 2 smokes and all of their Molotovs. So this could be interesting as to how it finishes off. They've managed to keep 3 feet planted on the first letter of the alphabet, meaning pressure rising for Torji. He has a shadow advantage on that. And he's, heard something. And going, looking, Yabi moonwalks to his demise! Torji takes 2! Found now, Exertion in response, dead as well. Stalin responds in kind. JDC to activate, good for the first. Eliminates cadiaN, keeping level is TeSeS. Oh, JDC! Gets 2, could be 3. He's on the bomb right now. Oh, no. What? Wow, TeSeS with a laser beam. That's not an AK, that's a railgun, but this could be a very well calculated nade. 7 HP. That finishes in style, MOUZ up to 13.
Talk about confidence. That's exactly what you saw from Dexter. Oh, we on a fight? Where are you? Let's not get consecutive rounds. And at this point, it changes. At this point, you're starting to get real worried that MOUZ are about to eliminate you in the semifinals. This is real. And this is about to become their nightmare. What a great double here from Torji. We've been needing more from this kid for some time, and he's stepping up in a great moment. Sound, another one of these individuals who gets questioned about going missing. Well, he wasn't missing with those shots. 18 kills for him, but still gets taken down. How much can he do?
Look at the fire right now in their eyes. This team, no stranger to hardships, to near misses, and now find themselves 13-10 up in a semi-final, up against Heroic, the Intel Extreme Masters, and a grand final 3 rounds away. Can MOUZ really hold on? All of these individuals having their moment in the sun here. Heroics from Torji, Frozen looking robotic in the best way. And Heroic, they've pushed it, all of those chips once again. Limited resources, but this time less announced.
Contact.
John De Castro holds the line for two. And a response as well from Frozen. Yabi kicking up a bit of a stink, but Torshi's having none of it. cadiaN and clutches. Sure, he's had two handfuls of them over his visit here. This one not to be.
Oh, the writing is on the wall right now. It doesn't feel like Heroic have any ideas. That was just a contact walkout, eh? And the MOUZ fan right there, yeah, he's repping. Because right now, they are almost destined for 15 MOUZ. There's only 2 more rounds required, and Heroic, they have enough money for a partial buy. If they go all in, it's just going to be Galil's. And we've seen the stubbornness of this buying pattern. Sure, Heroic are a team who like to throw in one, maybe one AK, maybe a rifle comes into the mix. But just with some of the purchases that they've gone for in this game, the fact that they haven't been able to break through, this is how those financial decisions will come back to haunt you. I mean, you sit here in your 3rd timeout with 30 seconds going, we're screwed. Yeah, and it is a bit of a Tom and Jerry moment.
Well, we all know what happens in Tom and Jerry. The MOUZ usually wins. We'll see if they can hold on. You're right, the writing is on the wall, chat, but in Counter-Strike, anything is possible.
Look at the pop-up from Frozen as well, right? This is something of a team coming into here who have been just getting a lot of negative press. They've been on a downslide, slowly rolling down this mountain until we think they get to the break, and then everything changes. But this is the last-ditch attempt. This is MOUZ finally looking like themselves, the individuals, showing the form that is required of them.
This is where growth happens, Chad. Trials, tribulations, and a best of 3. Coming all the way around to round 25. And it's a partial, looking to use and exploit the pace and the unity of their 5-man squad. Yabi put to rest immediately. Torshi fragging up a Storm's down, however. Punishes exertion, and Dexter with an immediate response. Bomb down short. Torshi gets more, and MOUZ 1 frag away from 15. TeSeS a nice tap, but could you possibly do any more? Swallows a nade. 26 HP, a single bullet could do it. And Torshi's having a great game. Can he find another? TeSeS doesn't think so. He needs to find 2 more to break the heart of MOUZ! And he's on his way now! TeSeS looking to be the superstar, looking the right way! Oh! KDC secures 15 and denies the 1v3.
Putting the Terminator down there, TeSeS looking laser sharp, it's just not enough. 1 more round is all MOUZ need.
And 5 attempts. 5 attempts to go where they've never been before. A grand final. Tantalizingly close now for MOUZ.
And TeSeS sits on back. That was a great attempt. A great crack. And Frozen getting fired up. He hasn't felt this feeling in many years. He's been on MOUZ for an awful long time, but this new roster, they've had some breakthroughs. They've gone deep in majors, semi-finals, sure. But trophies, not something they necessarily have to boast here. The roster over time, they bring in these academy players. We don't even call them that anymore. Torji, JDC, Exertion, those additions, one after the other.
Cyclone.
Yeah, well, you bring the coach in. He's played a massive factor in all of this. Is Stown could have set himself up for a duel against one of those academy members. It's Exertion getting a bit flirtatious.
Exertion needs to get that smoke down now. They're coming for him. They might push the smoke. Oh, it's hectic. Blind and executed. The Israeli's gone, but Dexter isn't. Stubborn. Torshi, he's taken down TeSeS. They are 3 frags away right here, right now, Chad. Is there anything left from Heroic? They're trying to play their usual game. The Fakey boys are in town. But is this MOUZ's for the taking?
Spreading themselves thin here, Heroic.
Yeah, but the uncertainty growing.
Shush has heard this. Shush has definitely heard the scope.
He's definitely cooking up trouble, is Shush. JDC to address the gap. Didn't see it, didn't see it. Dexter's dead on shelf. Weird turn of events here as the rotate told.
Torshi's dead as well.
Nice from Shush. He's caught Torshi. Shush again! on death's door, but he stays stubborn.
A little bit of life here for Heroic late. We'll call this one 11. Frozen not going to give this one a go. Doesn't need to. Better off holding on to this weapon for now, but that is a nice turnaround from the Danes right there. Down a man, but made so much space, so much room in the moment. Maybe a little bit too big for MOUZ in this one. Had a bunch of advantages. Stepped on out into certain fights and fell at the wayside here.
Loved reading JDC talking about his Counter-Strike, saying he knows what he's capable of. He just needs to stop thinking so much and believe in himself more. Well, I think this is certainly going to be a way to start that belief. And, well, maybe even convert it into manifesting a grand final.
I know we're not there yet, but this has been more of a team effort from MOUZ, right? You've got 21 for Frozen, 21 for Torji. Torji's bloody 6-0 in opening duels.
6-0.
Yeah, this is not a Torji you get often, so when you get it, you better make the bloody well most of it.
Yeah, put it in a bottle.
Yeah, 16 for JDC, 14 for Dexter, who's responded. Overpass was very bleak for him. Exertion's got 14 for his own. He's got 7 assists alongside. So the team has shown up here for MOUZ in map number 3. But Heroic might be able to bring themselves back into this, as MOUZ are actually going to expend their final 30-second timeout. So
this is where Cyclone gets on the mic, I imagine. You can see actually it's more of a conversation.
Well, the reason at this point of the game is because their loss bonus is at the very bottom of the barrel, right? With that round loss, they got 1,400. Into the next, they get 1,900. So normally, in this situation, when it's early game, you're going to go for a force buy, right? The question is, do they want to operate for that? Because Frozen can drop a rifle.
Just need one more.
Exactly. So Frozen could drop a rifle, that's okay. Or if everybody takes a save right now and they get 1,900 onto what they have right now, maybe with a couple of investments, 5/7s Deagles, and that's what they're going for, they can still full buy in the next. So they're going to have a stronger buy next round than what they could right now.
Yeah, and that loss bonus will start to grow.
And they still have a chance with their superstar of Frozen being on that AK.
David Sanansky. Incredibly impressive, incredibly experienced at just 20 years of age.
Had him on our screens for so long now.
He's been playing 1.6 before he could walk, I swear. Now Exertion.
This is a good position for a
For
pistol
a
like this.
5/7.
Yeah, it's down. Uh-oh.
No problem.
Well cleared with the crouch.
And cadiaN Zorp as well fills the feed. TeSeS racks up another. So Heroic, they have weathered this eco. I say that as Torji's Deeg is hoping to do the impossible. They are coming his way.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how this all pans out, right? Oh, he did an awful lot of damage right there, didn't he? But nothing lethal. But this is where that timeout they took to discuss their finances. Cyclone can't take any more timeouts to adjust things now. So at this moment, they go for the full buy. In the next round, they get a 2,400 loss to be a partial, right? If they lose this one, so we're going to be talking, they'll have a buy again on 15-14. So that's essentially how this will fizzle out. If MOUZ do not win this one, expect another partial buy or whatever saved guns, and then Heroic will get a free crack to take this thing to overtime.
Not a word MOUZ want to consider. 5 opportunities presented them here in regulation. Now they operate with just 3. This, fully equipped, seems like their best bet. And looks like Yabi's going to just punish. It's wide open for the taking. The util dump already, Yabi in. And Dexter burned down.
Oh!
Totally executed. Exertion kept honest. And what's Dexter supposed to do?
Find
He's gonna kill you! Charges into down. Hands JDC and Frozen. An interesting state of play. 2v3. JDC, what have you got? Shush, too good or not?
Oh!
And TeSeS quick on the draw. That's his second of the round.
So clinical. His aim has been on point. 20 kills as
He's
Frozen.
having a game, Chad. He's having a real game.
There's no kit for Frozen.
It should be over. A 10-second defuse. Yeah, good luck, have fun. Needs to touch that bomb. They don't know that. And TeSeS pushes ahead of it. No time, yeah. Frozen a ton of his tongue. And running after him. Head-to-head. Trying to take it away. cadiaN loses his orb.
Everybody going down in the server. It doesn't matter for Heroic. They have to buy round after round, and they got more than enough residual cash to do so. If anything, just consolation frags for Frozen there, and this is what I was talking about. Now it's MOUZ into just a lighter investment once more. Wait, bide their time. Wait for that 2,900 loss bonus. That'll put them at 15-14 with all the pressure on them to close in regulation.
Looks like we're going all the way through.
Well, this is great because we had snooze fest blowouts, if I'm going to be honest with everybody, on maps 1 and 2. Dexter was the only one who made Vertigo interesting, and TeSeS tried to do the same on Overpass.
Yeah, now it's incredibly up for debate both ways. This one, not so much, though. We are going to see a full 30 rounds unless, I mean, Heroic slip on a banana skin. Should just be another casual conversion. Not much more than a couple of $100 spent.
About the only moment of danger in that round, especially look at cadiaN and cadiaN space now. Yabi's the one who gets to receive here and probably get to add a couple more kills to his tally. Only going to be one and done, so an AK. And that'd be a good weapon to save if you're Exertion.
Especially with his Kev, that's beneficial.
You don't really need a hunt if you're Heroic. I'm not sure what the benefit would be giving any other AKs over here.
You're right.
Make sure they have to operate with M4s.
Oh yeah, he's been making some interesting choices. He's now going to potentially lose his AK if he's not careful. Okay, cadiaN doesn't care about caution. He does it for the style and denies the AK as well. We are going the distance, folks. Strap in.
This is 4 consecutive for Heroic, and they need the 5th and final here to take us to overtime. MR3. That could be a long overtime.
That would be quite the OT.
12.5K was where I was going with that one, but here we go.
Confirmed.
Into the buys. Only 1 defuse kit. Whew. And no AWP. This is it.
This would be a 5-round run from Heroic to force OT. And MOUZ, the other end of that coin. 5 opportunities. This is their last before that slate's wiped clean. Chip damage. Everything hangs in the balance of the next 90 seconds. Every piece of utility, every press of the keyboard, a step further or closer to your goal. You got to keep a cool head on your shoulders. JDC fires off a couple of pot shots that will be noted, and TeSeS will burrow into a very powerful position.
That's the biggest gap. He has the rotations constricted here.
Surely cadiaN's licking his lips. He can call a game around that.
Exertion, Dexter, and Torji have to get this done. It's going to be on the 3 of them.
What have they got? Torji spots out the potential for the flank. Dexter activates forward, and he's taken down Yabi. Exertion as well. They're running out of players. Only TeSeS. No, cadiaN alone. MOUZ are doing it, and it's theirs. Their very first grand final. They're going the distance in Dallas.
Questions have been asked about this MOUZ roster. Getting the playoffs at majors, but they've been on a downward spiral, toppling Heroic.